Out of a soccer background, because of course we're on the international stage, what we back home just call football. But Landa de Krana there, pulling up the sleeve and getting the first pull into the air as the Belgians try and grab a medal of a gold colour off of the USA. Of course, this would be their fifth back-to-back for the USA Open team.
I'm anticipating this one to be a bloodbath, but maybe more of a mudbath now as the rain has come down and a lot of the grass has been chewed up from the previous two finals.
Well, getting us started, USA. Easy flop. Well, I'll tell you what, that's a rare error. Landesman maybe beers being served on the sidelines, but they also had the Brugge Sport. So there's obviously the Brugge Zot you normally have as an icon of that Belgian tournament. If you've never ever been, we highly recommend it. It's a really fun show, and where of course this under-24s team first showed us what they could do for the Belgian side. Jonkers on the underneath to de Krana. He gets lots of free yards in the underneath space because he's such a demon downfield. Looking for that, there is indeed lots of slipping and sliding action. Both teams are used to playing in inclement weather conditions. It's a ripper to de Krana, but a pick off from the defense. Buckholz with the block. Inside. This is just... Where on earth was Dan de Marais hiding in that pocket, just sneaking through?
Like a thief in the night, just comes up and plucks that one out. He does that so well, sets the trap, earns it back for his team.
To de Krana being pinned, big poach in the lane. Can they find the free target? Van der Beek. Slinky around shot. This time to Oosterlink, who throws it into the lap of de Krana, but he slides away. Acres of separation. Just got his iconic binoculars swaggering around by his hip. Of course, a trio of coaches for the USA. The fifth cycle for head coach Bob Cryer, alongside David Allison and Darryl Stanley. Of course, we loved having a part of our team back in the World Games coverage last year. De Krana now pops back to Jonkers. Boumalal looking for options in the centre. De Marais just casually trotting. There's a little bit of tape on his right knee.
And he's played every point so far, Hannah. I wonder how many points he's going to take off this game, if any.
I do believe we have some statisticians counting, and thus far there has been one without him on. But that might be wrong. Krana to Bonton. Sofiane looking for options, has Jonkers behind. Boumalal with a stutter step, but oh, look at how free the swing is over far side. Van Mullen, the pianist himself. De Marais has Boumalal grinding. There is a slippage, but Jonkers races up line. Oh, it's an easy push pass. Jonkers and celebrating in style. Singleton, one of, I believe, 5 dark side chaps on this open side.
Yeah, to crack that three-piece for UNC.
I have to say, it's a humidity in the air will be very familiar to any of those North Carolina players. If you've ever visited the Triangle area, and I recommend you do, it's got wonderful people who reside there. It is certainly an impact on the playing. Acres of space, but it's going to be a big shot to Dan de Marais. A similar play and a similar stylish catch. Just so much air underneath that. Doing up. If we do go toe-to-toe and trade, it will be another 5th USA gold medal in the Open division here at the under-24s level. But of course, this Belgian program has been training since 2015 together back at the EYUC under-17s level, and this may be a little bit of revenge, Liam, for of course that very tight game back in 2018 when the Belgians took 4th. Jonkers being matched up with Cable, height for height. Cable, of course, 6'5". Nice one to de Marais, far side from Moyerson. high to Jonkers. It's so creative, but that's a bit wonky. But goodness gracious me, the eyesight. You can see some gloves out on the pitches. But it's a legitimate choice. There is not too much wind. You really can open up every throw in the toolkit here in Nottingham. So the Belgians look to respond. De Marais doesn't like the look from Oosterlink, takes the completely poached off far side handler. USA have been happy to give them that option. And Van Mullen just sits there patiently, playing that role, allowing the Stars to ascend. Bonton, far sideline. Ben Jonkers has the momentum, has De Kraan in the end zone. You can see he thought really hard about that hammer. Oosterlink puts one low though, the sliding catch for Tobbe De Kraan. They're not quite the same level of connections with each other. These athletes are used to playing against each other at the club and college level. They have some pairings that they've been running through their lines, whereas these Belgians know each other so well, coming up the big core of them playing together all the way through from the under-17s divisions. Of course, the Belgian ultimate scene also a very small country. They get to hang out and see each other and play against each other as well at lots of tournaments. De Kraan on the far side. Bonton having a little bit of trouble getting open, but now free on the underneath. Goten van den Broek. And acres of room, and it allows him to put one up into the air, but that's going to be out of bounds. The attempt, oh my goodness gracious me! Did that work? I didn't see his feet, but the Belgians celebrating a greatest from Tobbe De Kraan.
What just happened? What just happened? I'm sure the USA are going to call it out, but the Belgians are celebrating like it's a goal. Don't want to discuss this one. It was a crazy play, whatever happened.
Well, the crowd don't like the call at all, saying that wasn't good enough, because my, oh my, I said, it's so tricky. It does look like that foot was on the line when he left the pitch, but we do have a replay monitor. So
what it means to the likes of you, and I think most of all we just want a good game, and they've given us that so far.
Oh, absolutely, and here in the booth, that is exactly what we want. There is no bias in the call. We just want to see the Stars ascend. Jonkers being given quite a soft mark. Just trying to put the big target on. Great footwork from the mark of Tyler Allen. De Kraan with it now. Lots of players just stumbling in the downfield. Some kind of call?
Confusion about whether it was a call. I think just Bonton ending up on the ground.
So De Marais, lovely footwork to attack and create space. Fakes the hammer, dishes back to Jonkers. Van den Broek. Again, the USA happy for the Belgians to have the underneath space. They go just walking down the pitch. Van Mullen, there's a travel call, so that one is going to come back. All the way back.
Didn't see the travel myself there from Don De Marais. Man hailing from Leuven. See, absolutely taking over the game at times for the Belgian side.
So back to Van Mullen. It's Camille Van Mullen. There's plenty of siblings on the Belgian ultimate scene and on this team as well. Bonton. Back to Jonkers. Things starting to become a little bit static now. The poachers not being taken, just grinding themselves forward on the backs of their stars. Van Mullen. Look at that poach off of Oosterlink right in the back.
You can see USA just completely poaching off the less used players of this Belgian side.
Well, you say less used. Oosterlink was the one that actually reeled in that semi-final winning goal. So certainly someone who's involved in this game. De Marais, round to Yonkers. Everyone grinding to the near sideline. There's a flying bid, collecting plenty of dirt. Oh, you dirty boy! Gaten van den Broek dropping the overhead. In my boots, I brought them alongside to commentate that event because it's no stranger, and of course the European finals back in 2021, which was hosted in Bruges, was a real slot fest of itself, more like ice skating with a disc than cutting.
Yarta going to pull now for the Americans. It picks up a little bit of the grass, kind of throws in the air, reads the conditions. The Pittsburgh temper man has been nailing these pulls.
He absolutely has. Well, whatever the rituals are, you don't mess with them. And Yonkers, central position over to De Marais. Double cutting from Bontemps and Van den Broek. But Bontemps continues through into that handler space. The flexibility of the Belgian O-line. They are all happy to play in whatever spot you want them to. And that's a massive spot on the far sideline to Van den Broek. Van Mullen now streaking away, picking up a defender. Feel his trouble. Bontemps into Yonkers. There is some emerging from Oosterling, but it's going to be De Marais going to attack the deep space, but the fabulous flying block, Scott. Hey, fabulous containment, but where on earth was the mark? Frankie Fernandez going to the deep space. He makes the launch, but it just tips off his fingers.
And the crowd is turning up the heat now.
Well, Fernandez losing that one like he lost all 11 of his college IDs back for Harvard Redline. Loft on that one though. Rising up. Oosterling has Yonkers underneath. Oh, but goes for the casual one-handed grab. One. Kind of reminiscent of one of the favourite games that didn't make it in front of our screens this tournament, Liam, which was between the New Zealand Open team and the Irish Open team.
Yeah, massive comeback in that game, and that's what these Belgians are going to need. And you know, the Irish in that game used this to sideline help the fans, and nobody there to feel that pull.
And an exceptional pull it was, about a metre shy of the back line. Certainly a big compare and contrast against the D-line of the Belgians. Toby de Kraan is going to be escaped by that one, but backing him up, of course, Dan De Marais. Malal, listen, stutter stepping from Bontemps to try and escape the mark. The US have the athleticism there, happy to run both ways, taking away certain options with the bodies, but really trying to nullify both sides. Big poach off from Itai Chang in the centre from Gaten van den Broek. It's a stack very far away. Van den Broek, though, is there behind De Marais. De Kraan now. Just hanging out in the deep spaces after Moyerson. As the Belgians just trying to connect. Possibility for a switch there, but Moyerson.
Nearly always someone playing last man back for this USA side have been stopping the deep options.
Oh, the pressure gets into the eyes and heart of Van den Broek on this USA side, which will be a surprise to pretty much nobody. Has been playing since their high school days. We've got a good couple of youth champions and club champions.
This is the first time I've seen a Belgium O-line without Benjamin Yonkers on it. You know, involved in 2 turnovers the last few points. Maybe just giving him a little rest to settle himself.
Lander de Kraan, a big D-man coming out on offense, so changing up the lines to try and just give players a rest. So de Kraan, the younger, playing the role that Yonkers might otherwise. Oosterling into Bontemps. Well, we already mentioned, but this could be a very similar feeling for the Belgians as the Germans had. They allowed the USA to really get into their head. The pressure cracked. But that is cool and calm and under control for De Marais. Pops back to de Kraan. Bontemps available but collects a little bit of a mark. Osterling fully available for the super dump. USA sideline very happy to see the Belgians take that deep reset. Bontemps now, hammer over the top. Osterling to De Kranich connecting, but a travel call. We'll pop that one back, called by the 46 Tristan Yarta. Very fair matchup for Toby De Kranich.
Saw Osterling hanging back there at the start of this point. It was a bad idea being poached. Ends up losing yards. That time pushing downfield, be a threat. You get the hammer to him. The whole time that third handler for the Belgians is being poached, and we need to capitalise on it more.
Van Mullen. Laser shot on the far side for De Kranich. Again, those big poachers off, not really being used. Got to be more confident. De Marais has Bontemps in front of him, but that sag off in the lane being gifted to Sickles. An inside slicer though, well put, one more. So has represented both the USA and France in his career. Of course, we were very disappointed not to see any French teams at the under-24s level. And in fact, the reason why the Belgians are even here, Liam, is because it was close to home. If this was further afield, we would have been denied this Belgian team even entering.
You can see again, USA completely poaching off Boumelin this time. You see him get it on the sideline now.
Well, Boumelin, not the kind of player who's going to sit and wait in the backfield for too long. Oh, but a stumble there for De Kranich and a smackdown D for Calvin Stoughton.
Pressure is starting to mount on this Belgian side, and USA are not letting up.
Oh, I love that.
Got the goal. He looks like he's going to stay out in the field. I like that when a player gets a block, it's a goal. The adrenaline's running high. They got a spring in their step. Put them back out there. Go get another one.
Well, this to try and keep them heads alive and above water, but the USA are pumping all kinds of H2O into this game, sloughing up the pitch. You can see another stumble there from Bontemps right in front of the disc. Van Mullen, one into space for Jonkers, calling for the underneath. Bontemps, nearly taken away. Great hands from Stoughton, avoiding contact but making that look very dicey indeed. Jonkers just popping up. Back on the field off those early errors, Van Mullen. USA really pushing the Belgians to just only underneath. You haven't seen them throw a deep shot in quite some time. Jonkers to Bontemps. There's some activation across the field. It rises high in the sky, and so does Toby. They have been very ruthless with the disc. But the stumbling Lady Luck clearly not favouring the Belgians right now.
And again, no, Ben Jonkers on O-line for Belgium. Mixing up their lines again, just because I think they have to. Not everyone can play every point, except for this man.
Well, and playing against the USA in the gold medal match, this is a really big moment to use for your younger players. Stan van Hekken, the number 3, just flashing in front of the disc there, coming onto this line. Shikana looking for options. Nearly a miscommunication, but Van Mullen makes the adjustment. De Marais. Van Hekken going towards that deep space, picking up 2 defenders for his trouble. Why on earth did we throw that to Osterling? But retaining possession nonetheless. Kana grinding in that centre pocket. The pass tally is rising so high in this possession. That's 15 so far. Kana now has Bontemps. Looking for the give-go. no one making a dagger attack into that deep space when Declana gets it on the line with momentum.
I think it's the USA poaching that's nullifying that deep shot. Don't really agree with that travel call, nor do I think it really affected play.
Well, there was not really much of a mark too near him, but I guess... No, I am wrong. There was a mark there. But for that negative yards throw, indeed, did it make too much difference. Paneka, the 19-year-old from Bruges, back to Bonton. It's really wonderful to see Bonton back on the field. He was recovering from an injury ahead of this tournament, did not play the London invite with the Open Seniors team the week previous. Floating one for de Marais. Van Mullen now for Malal. Discouraging the throw. Osterling now. This is just such wonderful containment from the USA. The Belgians just want to have another clean O point. They were so good at the beginning in the early stages of this match, but the adjustments just been so good. Bonton, cool, collected over the defence.
The O-line has broken once, just the very first point of the game, but since then they've rarely turned over at all.
Well, that possession though, Jacques Musset, Brownian poetry in motion. So this, the first opportunity for the US to take it away with a break. The Belgians will continue to grind out here in the sludge. De Marais back to Van Mullen. Bonton looks him off. Still count starts to reach the high numbers, but escapes to Declana. Call upfield.
Foul call by Bumalau. Bit of a heated discussion going on here. So an accepted foul, so we'll come in and stall one with Toby Declana.
Declana around, a great readjustment and a knee slide, guitar hero style for de Marais.
Power slide like that in the game before, it shows how soft the surface is.
Someone needs to create a gif of de Marais with a guitar in his hand rather than a disc, for sure. But slipping and a sliding go the Belgians. And again, pinned so effectively, frustrated. Bonton. Some easy weight in the centre there. Moyerson. Shovel toss pass. Got to go for that creativity against this US outfit. A hammer into Bonton. What a grab, just shy of the goal line. Very indoorsy style for the gold medalist from Lithuania last season in December.
A gigantic grab from Bonton. That a spicy hammer thrown up. And a big brave catch just shy of the end zone line.
Further stoppage.
Accepted foul.
So de Marais and Declana in the end zone. Bonton just throws a beautiful lead. My goodness, that is absolutely gorgeous.